what happening with President Zelenskyy. Nobody in this city. I do want to be crystal clear, strengthen our relationship for our security, for our trade. They are indispensable. We will never choose of the Atlantic. Mr. Speaker, if anything, that idea is the simplicity of taking this week has shown that the US is the peace we all want for a new economic deal confirmed by the President last week. It's an opportunity I welcome on European security, his clear supply of NATO, the understanding that our two nations with security arrangements in Ukraine, and the President's continued commitment, which nobody in this second is. Mr. Speaker, this weekend, scenes that greeted presidents in London on Saturday. Mr. Speaker, I saw for myself when the crowd in Whitehall voices the whole of our country. A reminder that House and this nation unwavering support behind Ukraine. Mr. Speaker, we resolved to move forward the strong and lasting peace. And then on Sunday, European leaders from across our continent to this cause. President Macron, the leaders of NATO, Council, and a vital ally of health in Ukraine, training over 40,000. I also had speaking online, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia, as close as Russia, stressed at the moment. Speaker, it was a productive. So we agreed a clear strategy. The United Kingdom will work on a plan to stop, which we will then discuss directly. Clear principles with the House that we must keep the flowing. Keep pressure on Russia. Alongside our partnership, we're doubling down on military aid. We've taken our support, but on a new 2.2 brain, back taxpayer, but by Russian assets. Second, lasting peace and security of Ukraine. Ukraine must be at the meeting. Their future be vital. Third, we agreed that in the event we will continue to boost and Ukraine's deterrent. And finally, fourth, we need to develop a ready to defend and guarantee. Mr. Speaker, are completely understandable. The war did not begin. That was most brutal escalation. They have signed agreement. They've experienced the caliber of his work, except a weak deal. Proceed with strength. Require urgently of the willing. Agreed on Sunday. Role in this. And Britain will play with others. Putin's in the air. It is right to support our continent. Indeed, this effort have strong you. I take none of this. I've visited British and no one weighs more heavily into British troops and security. And yet I do feel that the future of Ukraine's national security is a menace they've launched cyber assassination attempts. Stand by Ukraine, thing to do them because it's in do not achieve a lot, then the instability that has hit the living standards that will and put conflict and chaos only grow.
All right, let's dive into it. Today we're talking about the intricacies of international diplomacy and security, specifically in the context of Ukraine. When President Zelenskyy visited London recently, he was welcomed with such enthusiasm that it really showed the unity of support behind Ukraine. It's almost like a rock star moment, right? Imagine the energy at a concert, but instead it's a leader battling for his country's freedom.
Wow, that does sound powerful. So what was the atmosphere really like? Did it feel like an actual concert with people chanting his name, or?
Haha, great comparison. Yes, it did feel that way. People were so genuinely moved. The crowd cheered for him as a symbol of resilience. It's a reminder that behind all the politics, there's human emotion and solidarity. And that's crucial. We must bolster our relationship with America for security and technological advancement. That alliance is indispensable.
Ooh, I get that. So it's kind of like having a best friend who always helps you move, right? Like you wouldn't want to cut ties with them, even if you were trying to impress someone else?
Exactly. You don't want to compromise that strong support system. Look at it this way. With the current situation, America plays a vital role in stabilizing not just Ukraine, but influencing broader European security. It's like a chess game, right? Every piece on the board matters.
Oh, like the knights and bishops have to work together in sync, or else everything falls apart? Do you think some people see the US as more of a king in this chess game?
Absolutely. The US has that crucial position. Without their involvement, maintaining peace in Ukraine can become precarious. For instance, we must keep that military aid flowing, just like you need to keep feeding gas to a car if you want it to keep running smoothly.
Right, and if we don't fuel it, it's like the car just stops. And what about, is there a risk that other countries might feel like they need to step up their game too?
Great point. Nations like Canada, Latvia, and Estonia are already contributing to the cause. There's this urgent sense that Europe has to do its part in supporting Ukraine. The coalition isn't just about military action, it's about economic pressure too. Much like how you need to balance your budget so you don't end up in financial chaos.
Wow, I see what you mean. So it's a shared responsibility among allies. But how does the public fit into this equation? Like, do people in Britain really resonate with supporting Ukraine?
Definitely. There's a shift happening where the public realizes the stakes. It's not just about Ukraine anymore, it's about our security too. If we don't tackle this, we risk larger instability. Think of it akin to someone ignoring the leaks in their roof. Eventually, those leaks can lead to more significant damage to the entire house.
Oof, that's a good analogy. Nobody wants a collapsing roof. So, what's next then? How do we actually move towards lasting peace?
Well, we need a robust plan, which includes developing that coalition I mentioned, ready to defend Ukraine. We can't accept a weak agreement. It's all about strong leadership in these turbulent times. Britain, in particular, aims to step up and play a crucial role.
Oh, that's really fascinating. It reminds me of being the captain of a sports team. You have to rally the players. And without a solid strategy, it's just chaos on the field.
Spot on. And as the captain, you also have to motivate your teammates. Leadership means being proactive, not just reacting to what's happening. If we continue down the path of uncertainty, we'll see conflicts growing. And that's a scenario nobody wants to be a part of.
Yikes. Nobody wants to play on a losing team. So, what can everyday people do to contribute to this effort?
Great question. Awareness is key. They can advocate for policies that support international security and help raise funds for humanitarian efforts. When individuals come together as a collective force, that's when real change can manifest, like that ripple effect in a pond when you throw in a stone.
Oh, that's such a great imagery. So it really starts with each person doing their part, right? It's kind of empowering.
Exactly. Every drop counts, and we all have a role to play in steering this towards a hopeful outcome. Together, we can promote peace, and that's something we should all strive for, no matter where we come from.
Sigh. That's such a beautiful thought. It's reassuring to know that every action matters in this big world.